The Philippines is being called Asia's rising tiger. But what exactly does this mean? Posting a GDP growth of 6.7% in 2017, the country has one of the fastest growing economies in the world, expanding at a rate unseen in the last 5 decades. The good news is, it's just getting started. The better news is that we have designed a brand new city to be the nucleus of this economic renaissance. Less than 1 hour from the capital, Manila, straddled by hills and blessed with tropical climate all year long. We are building the city of the future, a landmark development twice the size of Manhattan. Originally developed by the Americans for its secure and strategic location in Asia Pacific, Clark is being transformed into a disaster-resilient metropolis that will be competitive and attractive to a global market. It will consist of 4 main districts. The Clark Freeport Zone, an existing mixed-use complex established in the 90s. Clark Global City, which will serve as the primary business district. And New Clark City, which will house satellite government offices and a first-class sports village. Central to all of this is Clark International Airport, which will soon be expanded to accommodate up to 80 million passengers a year. This ensures that travel will be comfortable while trade is seamless. A city unmatched in connectivity, with access to world-class highways and the service of high-speed railways, connecting north to south and east to west, across surrounding seas and over oceans. Clark is a city built as living proof that business in this part of the world is not only easy, but simply better. With no red tape, lower taxes, and endless investment opportunities. This is a city prepared to attract talent so that the country's best and brightest will come here to work and choose to call this place home. Because this is a city that knows how to play, where you can unwind at your own speed, where safety is paramount, and people always come first. This is a city where history and culture thrive, where modern conveniences meet timeless traditions, and progress is driven by passion. This is a city with limitless ambition that may someday find itself among the great cities of the world, built for business so that time is always well spent, and built for people so that life is always well lived. This is Clark.
All right. Good day, everyone, and welcome to HR on the Go, where top trends and hot topics in HR and people management are coming your way. So buckle up and prepare for takeoff. HR on the Go is a joint collaboration of Clark HR Council and International HR Institute, airing live on the CHRC Facebook page every month. If you are interested in becoming a CHRC member, Join us via www.clarkhrcouncil.org/join. In today's episode, I am joined by an experienced HR leader to talk about the role of HR, no, in the manufacturing industry. One of the most rapidly evolving workplace is the manufacturing industry. With the rapid technological advances and constant changes, HR departments within manufacturing companies must evolve alongside the industry, their organizations, and the workforce in general to make sure that they keep up with the rapid changes. And now, to help us understand the role of HR in the manufacturing industry, let me introduce to you our speaker for today. She is an experienced HR leader with more than 2 decades of experience in the manufacturing industry. Her career in HR started in 2010, shifting from finance, and since then, she was able to manage as many as 9,600 employees in her current company. She has a degree of Bachelor of Science in Accountancy in Angeles University Foundation, and she also has a master's degree in Master of Management in the University of the Philippines, Diliman Extension Program in Pampanga. She is currently taking up Masters of Christian Leadership, and she is the head of the Human Resource and General Service Department of a multinational manufacturing company. She is a Bosch certified and she leads the company's environment, health, and safety team. She also represented the company in the CILE board from 2016 to 2017. She is also a member of the Regional Tripartite Industry Peace Council, Region 3 from 2017 to present. And finally, she serves as one of the board of directors of our program, no, of the Clark HR Council from 2021 up to present. And currently, she is the secretary of the council. It is my honor to introduce you, Miss Jacqueline Gundayo Navarrete MM. Hi, Miss Jackie.
Hi, good day, Miss May. It's a pleasure and privilege to be here on your show today.
All right, ayan. Thank you, Miss Jackie. I know that you have a lot on your plate na being an HR person in the manufacturing industry. First of all, thank you so much na for sparing some time no to meet us today despite the busy schedule. Ayan, Miss
Thank you so
Jackie,
much.
I'm actually very excited sa topic natin since I don't have an experience in the manufacturing industry. So siguro before we start, no, I'd love to learn more about your industry. So can you please tell us about the manufacturing industry?
Kasi basically, manufacturing is the process of transforming yung raw materials
Mhm.
through the help of equipment, labor, machineries into a good or goods. For us, we are in the manufacture of liquid crystal displays. So
Mhm. Mhm.
basically, yung sa amin, our finished product will be a component of
Mm.
another parang finished product like
Mhm. Mhm.
fitness band or yung mga
Mhm.
smartwatches, yung mga ganun. But
Mhm.
basically, we from raw materials, you put them together and you make something. No?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yun.
All right, Miss Jackie, I'm just wondering, prior to being an HR in the manufacturing industry, have you experienced being an HR in a different organization or sa manufacturing ka na talaga?
Manufacturing lang. Basically, dito
Mhm.
lang sa company where I am connected
Mhm.
now. Correct.
Mhm. 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 So right now, how is it? How is it being an HR in the manufacturing industry? Let's start strong agad.
Very challenging kasi especially nowadays, the competition with the labor force is yung workforce is very high,
Mhm.
and also with the pandemic, madaming factors, maraming challenges that are faced by our people, no,
Mhm.
economic, may social and
Mhm.
psychological. So you have to address all of that.
Mhm.
Very fulfilling naman siya.
Mhm. Mhm. You mentioned something about challenge in the labor workforce. Can you tell us something more about that?
Actually, probably it's not only a challenge on our company. Across industry naman,
Mhm.
di
Mhm.
ba?
Mhm.
May challenge, but particularly with manufacturing, yung
Mhm.
they call it a workforce shortage or sometimes skills parang gap.
Mhm.
Basically, it's because yung uh, there were diverse industries now in the zone dito
Mhm.
sa Clark,
Mhm.
um, and which are more parang attractive. So
Mhm. Mhm.
people get lesser and lesser, I think, interested with
Mhm.
manufacturing industry. So that
Mhm.
is really a challenge. How we will market our company, how we will attract applicants or people to
Mhm.
join the organization.
Mhm. Mhm. So what's your strategy, Miss Jackie, when it comes to, when it comes to that area? Like how do you attract employees or retain employees? Naku, baka ma-pick up ng ibang manufacturing industry gawin din nila. But if you can
Um,
just share some.
Actually, common naman kasi we frequently meet naman yung with other manufacturing companies, tapos may benchmarking naman
Mhm.
every now and then. We actually, when we hire yung mass hiring, we do not concentrate anymore dito sa nearby province or areas. We go as far as north or
Mhm.
south,
Mhm.
hindi masyado north or east part
Mhm.
yon, as far as La Union,
Mhm. Mhm.
basta far north or east. Ganon. So, then we try to help them to relocate here through our partners, also business partners, yung mga service contractors namin.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, yon, we assist them how they will be able to relocate here.
Mhm.
Kasi hindi ganon karaming manufacturing companies sa ibang provinces.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
yon, we also seek the help of the local government agencies, yung mga
Mhm.
PES.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
some provinces are very helpful and accommodating. Yung mga
Mhm. Mhm.
LGUs, they
Mhm.
provide
That's great to hear.
allowances. Oh, they,
Mhm.
to the
Mhm.
extent that they provide transportation and some
Mhm. Mhm.
financial assistance.
Mhm. 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 Miss Jackie, I'm just wondering, no, with your current organization right now, how many employees do you have?
Right now, we're much more smaller than before. We are around 2,200. But probably next year will be expanding more. So
Mhm, mhm.
hopefully.
I think Miss Jackie, that's one thing about manufacturing industries. No, I think you're one of the organizations that has the largest number of employees. No? So, how do you handle that? How do you handle that much of number of employees? How do you do training? How do you do employee engagement with that much employees?
Um, Basically, as HR a professional practitioner, we could not, even as a team, yung HR team,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
we could not really handle everything. We have to
Correct.
seek the cooperation of the um, uh, department heads up to
Mm-hmm,
the leader level, yung
mm-hmm,
directly na nag-handle ng mga operators. We call them kasi operators sa
mm-hmm,
production. Up to that level, we have to seek the cooperation
mm-hmm,
para we can kasi example, before we operated two factories, though malapit lang naman,
mm-hmm.
almost 10,000 employees with a team of
Grabe.
sabihin mo na 10 or 20,
Mm,
it's not really possible, or
mm-hmm.
it may be possible but it's difficult, di ba?
Correct. Mm-hmm, correct.
Pero the cooperation of managers,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
supervisors, and other employees. Kaya it was possible na to parang organize an
mm-hmm,
event or to get feedback or to do some programs for the employees.
mm-hmm,
Mm,
mm-hmm.
ganun. So across
I think
organization,
mhm.
across sectors.
Correct, correct, correct. I think yun yung sometimes misconception kapag sinabing HR. They feel like you're in charge of everything na, no? Parang minsan nakakalimutan na, no, it's we're HR but we need the help of the employees. Lalo na if you have that much number of employees, no? So now naman, Miss Jackie, I'm also wondering, no, I know that the manufacturing industry is really where you started becoming an HR. But how do you think this being an HR in a different organization differ from being an HR in the manufacturing industry?
Um, with ano, um, syempre, I as I mentioned, I only have
Mm-hmm,
an
mm-hmm,
experience with a manufacturing industry. But
mm-hmm,
as
mm-hmm,
I talk with other HR professionals, kasi it's
mm-hmm,
different. For us, we have a lot of operators.
mm-hmm,
Um, so we have mas marami yung if you can call them blue collar than the white
mm-hmm.
collar.
Correct, correct.
No?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
Correct.
in contrast with other companies like siguro yung mga service type,
Banks, gano'n, or service
bank
type,
or
yes, correct.
financial,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
mga financial, it's a financial industries or yung sa mga tech software
mm-hmm,
development. So,
mm-hmm.
the, though they're all employees, same employees, but sometimes you have to um, yung modify the approach siguro in a
Mm-hmm.
manner
Correct,
that
correct.
your thoughts or your intentions will be understood and
Easily understood. Yeah, correct,
easily
correct.
understood. Yun.
Mhm,
Tsaka
mhm.
yung you have to develop also programs that they would appreciate. Yung
Mhm, mhm.
ma-appreciate.
Correct, correct. Mhm,
Yun
mhm.
siguro,
Correct,
medyo
correct.
may difference. Kasi,
Mhm, mhm.
syempre yung lifestyle tsaka interests nila
Correct, correct. Mhm.
is different also.
Mhm,
Yun.
mhm, mhm. Correct, correct. Kumbaga siguro in a different industry ma-appreciate nila yung mga vouchers sa mga malls, ganyan. But say for example in the manufacturing industry, mas ma-appreciate nila kung grocery yan, mga gano'n ano, Miss Jackie,
Actually, oo.
'no?
Oo, yes.
I see, I see.
Though ma-appreciate nila kung may I think yung mga wellness program, they would
Yes, correct.
appreciate
Correct, correct.
also. Pero,
Correct.
kasi most of our employees, no,
Mhm,
they
mhm,
are
mhm.
marami breadwinner,
Correct,
they're
correct.
supporting family. So,
Mhm, mhm.
yun, mas prefer nila if it
Correct,
would
correct.
benefit yung family.
Correct, correct. So Miss Jackie, apart from, you mentioned about labor workforce. Apart from that, what are the most pressing challenges pa that the manufacturing industry is facing, especially in the HR facet?
Mm. Um, in the HR facet, basically in the whole organization.
Mm-hmm.
During the pandemic, we of
Mm-hmm,
course
mm-hmm,
we had an issue with uh, supply chain.
mm-hmm,
When there was lockdown in China, so
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
marami
Correct.
kami main materials from China.
Mm-hmm,
So it affects also HR kasi people will report. So ano ang
mm-hmm,
gagawin nila? You have to think papaano and how you will communicate these matters to employees.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Also, ang dami kasing dinalang challenge ng pandemic, hindi lang
Correct,
yung
correct.
COVID. Yung um, yung demand kasi drastically drop,
Mm-hmm,
not
mm-hmm.
only sa industry not only in our company, but basically siguro other companies felt it as well.
Correct. Mm-hmm,
Especially siguro sa food industry maybe not as much, pero
mm-hmm,
with products na siguro nandun sa luxury type,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
siguro they felt it all the more like
mm-hmm,
us. So yun, you have to communicate to people in a way na
mm-hmm,
hindi naman sila, you do not give them false hopes, pero
mm-hmm.
hindi mo naman sisirain yung hope nila.
Correct, correct, correct.
Yung uh, you are transparent, pero hindi naman yung skeptic, hindi
Mm-hmm.
pessimist.
Correct,
Of
correct.
course, you just give them what's the real situation. Not
Mm-hmm,
probably not 100% kasi
mm-hmm.
need to know basis lang, but they should understand bakit. Yun.
Correct.
Um,
Mhm. What are some of the workarounds that you did nung pandemic? Because of course, yung mga safety protocols, ayan, yung mga yan, and then bumaba nga yung supply niyo. So what did your company do with these challenges? Napaka-stressful sa
Mm.
HR, I can only imagine.
Oo, pero okey lang naman, hindi naman ako nag-iisa nun. Maraming karamay ng
Correct,
mga
correct.
fellow, oo, mga, fellow HR. But,
Mhm,
during the height of the pandemic, there were employees who were able to report to work kasi,
mhm,
example, very they live very near dito sa vicinity, so it's
mhm,
really easy for them to report. So we assisted them. We provide meals, yung height ng pandemic talaga, and shuttle service.
mhm,
Siguro other companies did that as well. Meron nga up to now, 'di ba? Tapos merong premium kapag pumasok sila, syempre um
mhm,
may premium sa basic pay nila
mhm,
at that
mhm,
time.
mhm.
But
Hazard pay, no? Mhm,
something like that. But there were employees who really want to work at
mhm,
that time, pero na-lockdown sila sa provinces,
mhm, mhm,
or na-lockdown sila sa provinces nila, or
mhm,
hindi sila, wala kasing public transport sa mga
mhm,
ibang
mhm,
areas at that time. So we
mhm,
provided financial assistance, I think, for at least 3 months.
mhm, mhm.
Yun. Nung medyo nag-loosen up na, we kasi we have many employees in Pangasinan. So we asked the
Correct.
help of yung LGU
Mhm,
of
mhm,
Pangasinan. Then they assisted us. I think they provided in bus service for the
mhm, mhm,
employees to be
mhm,
transported here back in Pampanga. Yun.
mhm,
We also, for office personnel, we also adapted yung hybrid work.
mhm,
So,
mhm,
may telecommuting or work from
mhm,
home. Then there are certain days that they have to report in the
mhm,
office. Up to early this year, there were also schedules of telecommuting, pero depende sa schedule ng aming production.
but now are you all back to office na at
Yes.
this point?
Oo. Oo.
All right. That's great to hear, no. And it's great to hear that finally, no, the manufacturing industry bounced back to it during the pandemic. Now I think the challenge now is how do you retain your employees? Because there's a lot, no, Miss Jackie, and I'm just wondering. Say I feel like I've been to an industry before with around 300 employees, and retention is not easy. So what more with having around 2,000 to 3,000. So, what are your most effective retention strategies that you can share to our viewers today?
Um, First is, kasi I could not, or even our team in the HR really exert effort, and the management team in the different divisions exert effort.
Mm-hmm,
It's basically yung mga, uh, probably the relationships of the employees that they build here in the work
mm-hmm,
really
mm-hmm.
made them
Correct,
stay.
correct,
Kasi
correct,
it's not
correct.
easy. Yung the current situation ngayon,
Mm-hmm,
there are many companies who offer higher salary. Pero
correct,
some
correct.
really opted to stay because they have friends here.
Parang it's the
Parang
culture
mababaw.
also.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Parang sabihin mo pero it's not kasi
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
based dun sa mga employees namin, they are already comfortable working with their friends, parang they're like family. Some work here for 20 years or more,
Wow.
no?
Mm-hmm,
Oo.
mm-hmm,
So dito na sila nagka-family, yung ganun. And also though kung if you will take a look, our product is really not a finished product na makikita mo na parang
it's just
umaandar
a
siya.
component, no? It's just a
Oo,
component of
component.
another
Pero
product. Mm-hmm,
yes, yes, but they see the meaning and the purpose in their work.
mm-hmm,
Yung
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
yung their contribution on that product,
Correct,
I
correct,
think.
correct.
And also, of course, not everyone gets promoted to a certain position, but
Mm-hmm,
as much as possible, they are rewarded
Mhm,
People
mhm.
are rewarded for hard work, for their
Mhm, mhm.
performance, and
Mhm.
for their loyalty to the company.
Correct, correct. If I may just ask, Miss Jackie, what are your reward system, most effective reward system that you can just share with us this afternoon?
Ah, uh, parang nahiya naman ako. It's not as
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
parang ah, kasing ano ng ibang
Yes,
companies.
correct, correct, correct.
Oo. But kasi since we are production, we
Mhm, mhm.
give allowances sa
Mhm,
mga
mhm.
inspectors,
Malaking
operators.
bagay, malaking
Oo.
bagay, correct.
When they report to work, automatic they receive that regardless dun sa output.
Mhm,
Though
mhm.
when you perform well, meron din kaming
Mhm,
mga best operators, mga
mhm,
ganon.
mhm.
Iba, that's a
Mhm,
different
mhm.
scheme naman. Meron ka, pa konti-konti, pero merong mga best suggestion, yung mga maraming
Mhm,
mga
mhm.
ganon. Best suggestion, best operator, best inspector, best
Mhm.
leader. May mga ganoon sila. Then, uh, yun yung mga reward system namin. And eventually, at the end of the fiscal year, we do appraisals, performance
Mhm, mhm,
appraisals.
mhm. Mhm.
Then, if they are really qualified, syempre merong promotion for them.
Correct, correct, correct. All right, Masaki. And I just want to circle back to what you mentioned a while ago about on doing employee engagements with employees. Now you partner with the HR heads and all of that. So how do you boost the engagement in the manufacturing industry apart from tying up with your HR heads?
Mm, kasi before when you say employee engagement, they're more of thinking yung mga activities, no?
Correct, correct. Correct,
Oo.
correct.
Pero that's part.
That's
So
part.
with
Correct.
regard, oo, that's part. So with regard sa mga activities, um uh, um, kasi there are budget constraints naman. So we work
Correct,
around a
correct.
limited
Correct, correct.
budget at tapos meron pang protocols during the pandemic. But
Mhm, mhm.
we engage all employees. Alam mo yung makikita lang nila na may something na bago, na may food kiosk, kiosk sa
Mhm,
canteen.
mhm. Mhm, mhm.
Parang parang bago sa paningin nila na
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
motivate sila
Mhm,
yung may
mhm.
something new kapag papasok
Correct.
sila. Tapos
Mhm, mhm.
before kasi the age parang yung age ng mga employees namin are millennials. Siguro mga
Really?
23, 24. So they're
Mhm.
very fond of yung kapag may dance contest, yung mga
Mhm,
ganyan.
mhm,
So,
mhm,
ang
mhm, mhm.
gagawin ng mga department, ng mga division, magpapa-audition sila, tapos yung
Mhm, mhm.
company-wide, they will send a representative. Basically,
Mhm,
ano talaga, isang malaking project, then they will break
mhm.
it down sa kanilang mga
Correct.
individual na divisions.
Mhm,
Yun.
mhm.
Then,
Mhm.
we have sports fest
Mhm.
na maayos naman. We recently have sports fest. So, before, kasi when you are new with HR, parang um, pag naisip mo, nakita mo sa kabila, then you try to apply
Gagawin mo
it.
na. Correct,
Oo.
correct, correct. Mm, mm.
Ah, oo, guilty din naman ako diyan. Yung parang parang arbitrary, yung ano,
Subok
maisip,
lang ng subok.
gagawin,
Mhm,
subok lang
mhm.
ng subok. Pero that's how you learn. Then
Correct.
eventually, as you mature, parang, and as you learn from other HR professionals as well, you learn to be more strategic. Ano ba yung objective mo? So, ano ba yung tina-target natin? Ano yung objective natin? Ano yung ina-address natin?
Correct,
So, if
correct.
you are trying to address parang uh, kasi there are times na parang nabu-bore yung mga tao because of the
Correct, correct.
routinary job.
Mhm,
So,
mhm,
yun, gawa ng activity or
mhm,
uh, yung sila mismo magsa-suggest ano ang gagawin. Basically, we're
mhm,
open
mhm,
for suggestions. Yung mga
mhm.
activities namin are bottom up. ideas
Mhm. Mhm.
from the
You
rank and
listen
file.
talaga. Mhm, mhm.
Oo,
Mhm.
bottom-up ideas sila. So, hindi mo puwedeng i-insist, "Ay, ikaw na leader, ikaw na manager. Ay hindi, dapat ito ang you can't do that. You
Correct,
have to
correct.
listen." Like right now, um, we have bazaar during paydays, and
Mhm.
some employees who kasi may mga side hustle sila, they sell
Correct,
something.
correct. Mhm, mhm, mhm,
So
mhm.
why not bring them dito after
Mhm,
work
mhm.
and you sell them to your fellow employees? Very
Mhm, mhm.
cooperative naman sila. We have corporate gardening
Mhm.
after office, oo, nandun sila. Yun yung banding nila. They till yung ano, actually vegetable gardening.
Mhm, mhm.
It's all bottom up ideas from the
Mhm,
employee.
mhm.
Even ngayon, we are, uh, uh, yung parang talent search.
Mhm, mhm.
Oo, so gusto nila tapos, gusto daw nila they want to, put ano, videoke machine sa canteen
Mhm,
for
mhm, mhm.
ano lang, siguro 2 days,
Mhm.
yung mga gano'n. Tapos because, uh, even if they want to sometimes they want to, parang visit yung mga bars, yung ganyan.
Mhm, mhm.
Dahil family ano na sila, may mga anak na sila, hindi magawa. So what we thought, magdadala kami kahit one time lang ng band dito.
Wow. Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Pero short lang naman.
Correct,
Pero
correct.
kasi
Mhm.
parang basta may something lang na they will look forward to,
Mhm,
bukas may
mhm.
ano, yung
May
just to
ganito, oo, correct.
oo,
Mhm.
yung i-cut lang yung parang monotony,
Routine. Yes,
routine ng
correct.
yes.
Mhm, mhm. And I
So
also love, Miss Jackie, how you mentioned about doing a bottom-up approach in doing these things, no? Kasi as HR, sometimes, no, when we see this on a different organization, we try to apply all of this and all of that. But of course, no, it might not be applicable to our organization. And I think what you mentioned is very important that we listen talaga, no, to our employees. Kaya nga meron tayong employee engagement survey also, no, to ensure that we listen to our employees. So nakakatuwa yung na-mention mo about that also.
yes,
Yan,
oo.
yan. Now, Miss Jackie, my next question naman, no, we've talked about challenges, no, of the manufacturing industry. Now, I want to know naman the benefits. What are the benefits of being an HR in a manufacturing industry? Or meron ba?
Of course, meron. Yun, for me lang 'no, the
Mm-hmm.
mere experience of dealing with a lot of people is already
Mm-hmm.
a learning experience for me. It
Correct.
helped
Mm-hmm.
me grow as a
Mm-hmm.
person and as a
Mm-hmm.
professional.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest benefit that I received as an HR
Mm-hmm.
practitioner. Before, nung bago ako from finance to HR, it's
Mm-hmm.
parang it's not really parang rewarding para sa akin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not really a good experience, sabi ko, kasi um, you do this, people will complain. You do that, people will complain. So it's really sabi nung nagme-mentor dati na lawyer sa akin, sabi niya, it's parang a position between the devil and the deep blue sea. So parang wala
Mm-hmm.
kang pipiliin. Pero
Mm-hmm.
eventually, when I think being an HR at whatever industry, it's like a vocation or a calling. Kasi if you do not like people,
Totoo po.
it's
Mhm.
really hard to thrive sa ganitong
Correct.
profession. So if
Correct,
you're,
correct. And just mhm.
yes, ma'am. Yes.
And just to share with Jackie, I remembered my HR director before. She told me about, sabi niya sa akin, kapag HR ka, huwag kang mag-expect na meron kang rewards and recognition. Sabi niya ganyan. Huwag kang mag-expect na ganun. Kasi ikaw ang magbibigay nun sa mga empleyado. Usually when you are in HR, wala talagang what's in it for you. Ikaw ang magbibigay ng what's in it for you para sa mga empleyado. So yun lang, I just like to share that. No? So please continue, Miss Jackie.
What I always say with my staff,
Mhm.
with my team before, and even up to now, our role is really very parang rewarding. It's very vital in the organization
Mhm.
kasi
Mhm.
it
Correct.
medyo cheesy, pero it touches lives. Kasi when you,
Mhm.
example, when you propose for a benefit or compensation or
Mhm.
whatever, yung effect nun is not only to the employee, merong effect siya sa family niya.
Mhm.
So that's
Mhm.
yung gano'n kalaki ang impact ng work natin. It's not only
Correct.
dun sa mere na employee. So before, sabi ng president namin, so if we have example 1,000 employees, you're affecting at least parang 3,000 lives kasi may ano siya, meron siyang example asawa, tsaka anak, at tsaka siya kung may isa siyang
Mhm.
anak. So
Mhm.
ang
Mhm.
impact
Mhm.
niya is for 3 people, sabi niya.
Correct.
So that's how I think. Then may isip mo, ganun pala. It's not parang importante ka as HR, but basically
Mhm. Mhm.
you find meaning in what you do. You
Mhm.
find
Correct.
purpose in what you do. Yun.
Mhm. All right. Now, Miss Jackie, now naman, what will be your advice naman? So now the benefits, no. Now naman, what will be your advice to, to HR professionals out there who are planning to move to, to a corporate HR to being an HR in the manufacturing industry? Kasi syempre, as I just you mentioned, no, iba yung mga roles. They're mostly blue collared workers. So what will be your advice to them?
Mm. Uh, First is to basically be a people person. Yung you have to learn how to deal with people. That's basically kasi you must learn how to communicate. Yun yung sometimes mahilig tayo makapagkwento pero we do not really communicate kasi we don't hear what they
Mhm.
are
Mhm.
trying
Mhm.
to
Mhm. Mhm.
convey to us. So yon, and whatever industry, kailangan we continue to study and learn
Mhm. Mhm.
kasi laging merong bago. There are always new
Mhm.
things, new learnings available for everyone.
Mhm.
And also to be able to lead your organization well and to be able to help employees, you must know what you are doing.
Mhm.
Kasi
Correct.
otherwise, kung if you are not well informed in what you do, parang kulang,
Mhm.
makukulangan sila. So,
Mhm.
although we are not perfect, but we try to
Mhm.
improve every day, every year. So, para we give something new naman to the people and to the organization. And we
Mhm.
continually
Mhm.
with the organization for improvement as well.
Correct. 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 And Miss Jackie, I'm also wondering, how do you deal then pala with, with blue collared workers? How do you, deal with them? How do you handle their, paano yung process sa kanila?
Um, Kasi
Communication and everything.
okay. We are Japanese company. So, parang
Mhm.
sa amin, wala naman talagang uh, division if you are
Correct.
professional or engineer or you are
Mhm.
operator.
Mhm. Mhm.
Parang
Mhm.
parang somehow we
Equal.
try to treat everyone equally. Walang
Correct.
walang masyadong privilege dito yung white collar.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Oo.
Correct.
Kasi when our rank and file operator o kapag malaki yung disparity
Mhm.
between yung levels, that creates dissatisfaction
Correct.
siguro, or parang that creates nagkakaroon ng unrest sa loob ng
Mhm.
organization.
Mhm.
Merong
Mhm.
siyempre minsan may sasabihin sa parang parang dito parang walang privilege ang engineer or whatever.
Mhm.
Meron
Mhm. Mhm.
naman, of course. Pero
Mhm.
hindi, sa treatment, how you communicate
Mhm,
to
mhm,
them,
mhm,
paano sila kausapin na i-treat.
mhm,
Hmm,
mhm, mhm.
dapat ba at saka you should not, underestimate their
Correct.
parang yung intellect nila pare-pareho
Mhm,
lang naman
mhm,
tayo basically.
mhm, mhm.
Somehow, may mga difference siguro sa information na puwedeng i-disclose,
Mhm,
'di ba?
mhm.
May mga positions na puwedeng i-disclose up to this level. May mga positions na ito lang ang puwedeng i-disclose kasi need to know. But, how you treat employees, the same lang. For me
Correct,
'no, it
correct.
may not be
Mhm,
kasi
mhm.
yun yung culture
And
po
actually,
natin.
mhm, mhm. And actually sometimes Miss Jackie, sometimes it's easier pa to, to parang ang dali din mag-reach out sa kanila, and I think what you mentioned about yun nga, the satisfaction about them being engaged. I think it's really the culture of the organization that treating employees well and equal gives them, motivates them to be engaged and boosts their, their motivation for work.
Opo, if you will observe siguro sa mall ganyan, you will
Mm-mm-mm.
see our uniform,
Mhm.
across all levels same uniform po kami. Even managers and
Mhm.
general managers, even our president, we wear the same.
Really?
Yes.
I think that's very simple, no? But that's remarkable as well.
Yes, because how you treat the operator, how you treat kapag kausap mo, when
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
talk to someone, it should be sa masyadong idealistic siguro. Pero in our company culture, we try to promote that. Before kasi nag-evolve pa kami bago kami makarating sa
Mhm, mm, mm.
ganung
Definitely, definitely. Mhm.
oo, parang nag-mature pa. Before
Mhm. Mhm.
it's not like that, of course.
Mhm, mhm. Thank you so much for that, Miss Jackie. No, ang dami ko ding na-learn from that because I also used to work in the hospitality industry, and sobrang iba-ibang level. And I realized that minsan you even get the most amazing ideas from employees you wouldn't expect talaga. So nakakatuwa that in an organization you do that. No? Even with having the same uniform, that's very very remarkable as well. Now, Miss Jackie, before we end, no, ayan, my last question would be, in a nutshell, what is the role of HR in the manufacturing industry?
Okay. So, first, kasi sa buong employee experience involved ang HR. First, in the recruitment, of course, you need to find the right people for the role. All for their retention and their growth. We are also
Mm-hmm.
involved. So we need to uh, um, revisit every now and then what competence is needed by the
Mm-hmm.
employees. That's the role of HR. You have to look uh, what are the needs of the employees. Of course, not everything you can provide. You work within
Correct.
limited resources, you work within limited budget. But how do we go about with this limited resources? Um, we do not have as much budget as other industries have, but we have to provide what is needed,
Mm-hmm.
what is needed by the organization, and um, we have to align the function of HR to the uh, objective of the company. So yung
Mm-hmm.
direction of the company,
Mm-hmm.
the HR must align yung mga actions, plans, and
Mm-hmm.
programs as well. That is
Mm-hmm.
the part.
All right. With that, Miss Zaki, thank you so much, no, with everything that you shared this afternoon. I myself, I've learned so much, and I'm pretty sure that our viewers here learned so much about the role of HR in the manufacturing industry. So again, thank you, Miss Zaki. To our viewers, if you are interested in the future to go back and revisit this episode and our previous episodes, you may visit our Facebook page and our YouTube channel on the CHRC Facebook page every other month.
if you are interested again and again in becoming a CRSP member, join us by www.council.org/join. Again, thank you guys. Before I end, do you have any final words or anything that you want to promote?
Miss Jackie? Miss Jackie, you there? There you go. I think we lost Miss Jackie, but I think we're in the ending na din naman again. Thank you so much, Miss Jackie, for your time and for your expertise. No, with that said, thank you everyone, and we'll see you on the next one.
The Philippines is being called Asia's rising tiger. But what exactly does this mean? Posting a GDP growth of 6.7% in 2017, the country has one of the fastest growing economies in the world, expanding at a rate unseen in the last 5 decades. The good news is, it's just getting started. The better news is that we have designed a brand new city to be the nucleus of this economic renaissance. Less than 1 hour from the capital, Manila, straddled by hills and blessed with tropical climate all year long, we are building the city of the future, a landmark development twice the size of Manhattan. Originally developed by the Americans for its secure and strategic location in Asia Pacific, Clark is being transformed into a disaster-resilient metropolis that will be competitive and attractive to a global market. It will consist of 4 main districts. The Clark Freeport Zone, an existing mixed-use complex established in the 90s. Clark Global City, which will serve as the primary business district. And New Clark City, which will house satellite government offices and a first-class sports village. Central to all of this is Clark International Airport, which will soon be expanded to accommodate up to 80 million passengers a year. This ensures that travel will be comfortable while trade is seamless. A city unmatched in connectivity, with access to world-class highways and the service of high-speed railways, connecting north to south and east to west, across surrounding seas and over oceans. Clark is a city built as living proof that business in this part of the world is not only easy, but simply better. With no red tape, lower taxes, and endless investment opportunities. This is a city prepared to attract talent so that the country's best and brightest will come here to work and choose to call this place home. Because this is a city that knows how to play, where you can unwind at your own speed, where safety is paramount, and people always come first. This is a city where history and culture thrive, where modern conveniences meet timeless traditions, and progress is driven by passion. This is a city with limitless ambition that may someday find itself among the great cities of the world, built for business so that time is always well spent, and built for people so that life is always well lived. This is Clark.